talents, chips, and gotcha. Welcome back to another Bit Legends video. A lot to cover, so I'm going to try to make this one quick. You are looking at the newest addition to what I got going on the tank, and that is 5% more damage reduction. So 10 points in this one, 10 points in this one. We cannot get this one. That's correction from the last from the guide I did, and I mentioned it last video. We are going to go into this one, this one, this one, and there you go. Now there's a couple updates coming. Tonight, whatever tonight means in Hong Kong, which is where the game is developed, tonight they're making it so that you can use guildmates in your raids, on your teams, all that good stuff, which means that a lot of people get to kick guildies off their friends list, and then there's more friend slots to go around. So Unity, the guild that I am in, we're going to do a special event. Once we've confirmed that everything's working and everything's good, we're all going to kick each other, and then we're going to do a Hunger Games in the Discord. The link is in the description. Pretty simple. Even if you don't use Discord, set it up, join the chat. It's super easy, and all you have to do is just be in the channel, click on the emoji when things are happening. I'll try to announce it, give you guys a little bit of a heads up, so just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, got notifications on and all that stuff, because I don't know if we'll be able to give 24 hours heads up on this Hunger Games. However, there is a good chance that Hunger Games might become a frequent thing, that we've got a little bit more friend slots to play around with. So yeah. Still working on Kung Fu. I'm enjoying it as a tank. Other things I want to talk about, they're going to make the cost to reset your talents, I believe, is going to be reduced a ton. So like from 800, it's going to go down to 80. And then the cost to switch from class to class is going to go from 1,000 to like 88 or something like that. So it's a massive reduction. Also, you should be getting a refund. You might have to go and put in a ticket or something like that, and they'll look at your account history and see, have you spent gems on switching classes or resetting, and then you're going to get those back. Also, the gem cost to re-roll gear. So let's go to my character. If I want to re-roll this item, which I'm not going to do, but don't re-roll epics, fellas. Unload. Why would we unload? I got to go through the other screen, which is fine because I want to go there anyways. So if I go to recast and I want to recast this thing, see right here, it costs 50 gems, and if it was legendary, it would cost 100 gems. And if I want to reroll my mount, which is legendary, it costs 100 gems every single time. Well, apparently they're going to remove the gem cost and replace it with epic material cost. So that's cool. I highly doubt that anybody's going to get a refund on gems used on recasting here, because I don't know if the game tracks it, because the stats that you get is RNG. It's just completely random, how much attack, stamina, and agility that you'd get on an item like this. So I don't think the game saves it. But I don't know, maybe you get gems. I think it's even cool that the devs are considering giving a refund of any sort. Usually it's too bad, well, things are better, and so on and so forth. As far as mount, I don't want to recast that. So let's go to level up for mount. I'm getting there. 700 more materials to go. We're slowly getting there. So there you go. Total stats is not the king for tanks. Definitely doesn't hurt. It's nice to have, but so I'm not too worried about it. But it'll help. It'll be nice, and it'll keep my guildies in check, so I can kind of keep a little bit of a lead on the total stats for most of them. Other stuff. So I'm kind of torn. Nasty Metal and Ragdoll. They are very good, and even Wheelchair in the future, when we all have a ton of chips and bonuses and things like that, Wheelchair might not be that bad. If there's a damage reduction cap, I think it's going to be very possible to hit it if you have optimized gear. So having high damage reduction here might not be the way to go. But anyways, I talked about math in the last one. I'm not going to really get into it, but I kind of flip-flop back and forth wearing Nasty Metal or Ragdoll or whatever. And hopefully, if I remember towards the end of the video, I'm going to pull some gotcha vouchers and see if we get lucky, because I am filming this, of course. And then what else I want to talk about? Let's do some dismantle. Let's get rid of some of this. When I don't have time to manual through Raid 6 Legendary mode, I just run Raid 3 because I'm still trying to get the blueprint for Swordsman, and I'll try to check on that as well. So we dismantled that exchange. What are we going to do? Yes. So speaking of stuff and things, we got the the Epic Brain chip for damage reduction, which was exactly what I wanted. I would have also been happy with diversion. So that was handled. I've got enough materials that we can do a legendary C chip. And so here I want not photon damage, not dodge. Block would be okay. There we go, damage. That's what I want. And of course I would take diversion, absorb 2. Where's diversion? Does diversion even exist? There it is. So diversion would be great. Damage reduction would be great. I wouldn't cry about absorb. Block would be acceptable. Dodge. This dodge should be 4%. And it's not. So that's an error. The game needs that should be 4%, but it is not. But anyways, all right. So you get it. Handful of defensive ones here. I've got like a 1 in 3 chance to get a defensive one. And then I've got a 1 in 17 chance to get damage reduction, or the one that I want. You get it. You get it, fellas. You get it. Let me just double check I'm doing the right one. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Something defensive. It's probably going to be radiation damage. I feel it. Absorb. Acceptable. Let's go put that on. I'm not going to cry about it. Chip. Like I said, dodge is half the value it should be. It should be half a block, which would be 3%. So anyways, we're going to put this in here. Insert. Bang. So that's in there. I've got some diversion. I got some more absorb. Block. And then I'm going to dismantle the dodge one. There we go, 40 back. So in a couple days, I should be able to do another one, and I'll just slowly replace these things. What I plan on doing is not destroying the block, but I will replace it with a higher defensive. And you heard me talk about that. So that was the idea with the mount. What else? I think we're doing the gotcha. Is that it? Let's look at our totals. The attributes, I think it's like not mathing it correctly, because when I add things up, it's different, and I'm not missing anything. But whatever, take it at face value. Let's see. So did I miss anything? 13.5% absorb. Remember, I'm wearing the nasty necklace, and I'm not wearing the ragdoll with blocks, so just keep that in mind. I kind of flip-flop back and forth. I'm just basically doing it and seeing what my guildies feedback is on what they like. But absorb gives me shields. I don't have anything else giving me shields right now, so that's very valuable. So that's kind of nice. 13%, that's fat. And then 4% diversion is not 0. If I get to level 100 in Kung Fu, I will have 7.6 diversion and room for improvement there, so that's pretty nice as well. Got a lot of hit point regen that I'm not necessarily aiming for. Dodge, I would like to reduce my dodge a bit, but better than nothing. Block at 30%, and then that damage reduction, it is at 44, and I've got room for improvement. And I could get that to 50. I think I could get super close to 50 if I put on the ragdoll. And I do have some amps that I can change. So I could switch that to damage reduction, that to damage reduction. And I'm going to slowly close on the 150 to get more there. So we're coming up, things are happening. Basically, the reason why I've kind of moved away from block is the math I explained in the last video, but also you can still block 1 billion damage and then die through it because it's 1 billion damage, and that's kind of how the raid boss feels in raid 6. If you absorb it, you take 0 damage. And if you dodge it, you take 0 damage. And if you deflect it, you take 0 damage. So those things are all very valuable. Damage reduction and block is great for fighting all the trash, so you don't just get chewed up and destroyed, though. So whatever, you get it. I'm moving fast. Let's go, and I think the gotcha is the last thing I want to do. So in the events, there'll be the black market. It's not here right now. I'm very, very sad. I wish it was there constantly because it's the only cool thing to spend gems on, really. Don't bribe familiars. You don't need to do that. Don't bribe the monsters. But I've been getting these vouchers. I'm probably going to chill out with spending gems on vouchers, even if it is through the black market. I'm just going to kind of sit and hope that new accessories come out. But anyways, let's go do the details real quick. So you have a base 2% chance to get any legendary equip in the entire game, but the items that are featured are 50% more popular. So basically, you have 50% more chance to get them out of the 2%. So blah, 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 what does that mean for you? That means you have a 1 in 1,000 chance to get the legendary that you want. And there's a picture on the Discord that shows all the legendaries that we've discovered for equips and for pets. So let's say I want to get, wheelchair's there. But let's say I want to get Ragdoll, and Ragdoll's not shown here. Like I love Ragdoll, I want to get it. I've got a 1 in 1,000 chance to pull it. However, I've got a 1 in 500 chance to pull Wheelchair, and I've got a 1 in 500 chance to pull Nasty Metal. There you go. Now, I do have Wheelchair, and I do have Nasty Metal, and if I get a dupe, I can upgrade that, and I'll show that on stream if it happens. It probably won't, but whatever. My RNG has been crazy good on the gacha, really bad everywhere else in the game. I've never dropped a legendary, or I've never dropped a mythic item. I've only dropped like 4 legendaries in my entire time playing the game, and I'm level like 115 or something. But in the gacha, I'm killing it, man. I'm killing it. So it feels good for me. And keep an eye. Some of these epics are actually really good, and you should hang on to them. But anyways, the last thing I want to say is we talked to the game representative, and he said that they're looking at changing the recipe to upgrade these. Right now, if I want to upgrade Nasty Metal, I need another Nasty Metal. And the RNG on that's crazy because it's 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 500. But if they let you destroy or exchange or dismantle, whatever the word is, the extra legendaries that you don't need, and then you get a material, then you can use that to upgrade it. That would be fantastic, and that would be more realistic. And the way it stands right now is if you get a legendary equip that you don't want, there's no upside to that. It just feels bad. It resets your mercy, because if you go 50 pulls and you don't get a legendary, then it goes from 2% to 4%, and then to 6%, and so on and so forth. But what's going to happen is you're going to get a legendary that you don't want, and it's going to reset your mercy, and you can't even use it to upgrade right now. So it just sits in your bag staring at you laughing. It's one of the most vicious gotchas I've seen. But I've been lucky with it, so let's press that button. 27 coupons. That's a lot. So that is 1. That is 2. Hopefully I'll at least get some cosmetics I don't have, or something cool. We're doing this kind of late at night. That way if I spam the notification that I'm pulling stuff, nobody's going to see it. Even though I'm making a video on it, doesn't really make any sense. But here we go. I want to show you guys the good RNG I get and the bad RNG that I get to make things more realistic. So I try to do all my pulls with you guys. But it doesn't always happen. But yeah, so there's an update coming. I think it's going to happen tonight while North America is asleep. Could be tomorrow, could be day off, time zones, special things. You get it? Bum, bum, bum. 12 remain. 11 remain. Are we going to get anything? I would like to get Nasty Metal, and I'll upgrade it right here, right now. I won't upgrade Wheelchair if I get it, even though I do use Wheelchair sometimes, because it's got 5 deflect on it. So if I'm doing PvP or if I'm doing war mode, I try to put as much deflect as I can on there. For survival, I think damage reduction and absorb is the best way to go, hands down. And it's not, I think, that's just what math says. So that's straight up the math there. But what is that? I've never seen this. Fan. Hope it's a decent cosmetic, probably not. Oof, fellas, oof. 2. Last pull, boys. Last pull. Nothing. We keep getting this thing. Fishing rod. But there you go. It would have been cool to get this, then I could upgrade it. I do hope that they change that recipe like I talked about, and because if I upgrade this, it goes from 9% damage reduction to 9.9. So basically everything here gets 10% of a bonus. So 9.9 DR, 1.1 block, 9.9 absorb, and so on. And I think this gets like 0.5 added to everything. Wheelchair right now is not great because you want to focus almost everything you have in one defensive bonus. But as you get like the optimal chips, a couple months into the game, you got really good chips and you can swap out anything, and the gear is really good, and maybe sets come in. If they add a damage reduction cap, then Wheelchair actually might shine. But there you go. I want to show you guys the good RNG and the bad RNG of what happens in the game. But let me just click back on them bonuses. But yeah, so where's my damage reduction? I'm blind. Seriously? There, damage reduce. 44. It's not bad. If I put on Ragdoll, it goes up to 47. I could switch out 2 diversion amps, that would get it up 3 more, so that would get me to 50%. But I think it's kind of better as is. Like I said, deflecting something, you know, the boss is hitting so freaking hard, you don't even want to reduce it. You just want to completely avoid the damage if all possible. Even though damage reduction is phenomenal, it's probably the best bonus that you can get as a tank. But there you go. So the mount's going to happen. We can probably work on another chip and get another chip done this week, and then maybe 2 more chips next week and something like that. Just kind of spread it out. But we're trying to be defensive. It might not make that much difference when you're fighting that boss, but there you go. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.